Theme Gill, Vice President of Projects at Yogi DG. We are one of the fastest growing, flat steel manufacturers in the steel industry. We manufacture machinery for the flat steel processing industry, but mainly for the flat steel processing industry, but we've also manufactured machines for lead rolling and all for used in car batteries. So, we do everything from design to the final commissioning of the project, and our main customers are steel manufacturers such as JSW, JSPL. One of the major factors I would say is that our cash flow is directly linked to timely delivery of these equipments. So the faster we deliver one equipment, the faster we get the money from the customer, and we get the cash flow to execute more projects. And apart from this, these are very capital intensive projects. So many of our customers, they are financed by the banks, so they're always in a hurry to get faster delivery, to manufacture their product as soon as they can, for which we need to commission the machinery as early as possible. If a project is delayed for any reason whatsoever, from the client side, from our side, so it impacts the cash flow in a big way, and it also makes the execution of other projects which are not related to this project, it hampers those projects also. So we have to make sure that in this dynamic market we are on our toes, and we have the correct visualization of the projects in terms of execution, in terms of capacity in the workshop, the manpower available with us. As I said, that it is a very dynamic market right now, so the priorities of the projects can change in an instant. So we have to be prepared for that. And one of the major challenges that we had until now, before we got on board with realization, is the visibility. So we did not have visibility of our project schedule, how fast equipment is going, the availability of our manpower, the space, the budget. So a major challenge is you should have proper data with you, so you can make these decisions in a prompt way, and you can make good decisions in a prompt manner. So for that we need more data, and we have to visualize the projects, and we have to be prepared for any change before it comes. So if I talk about maybe 5 years earlier, the number of projects that we had in hand, they were not as huge as the number of projects we have right now. So with lesser volume, managing projects was somewhat easier than right now. And that time if something was in my brain or in management's brain, it worked. But with managing so many projects, you can't take care of everything. So you need to have proper processes and proper SOPs, so that even your employees in the organization, they can manage the project. Yeah, there are more than 1,000 components involved in this project, and even 1,000 is a small number, I must say. So many of the components are manufactured in-house. We buy semi-finished products from our vendors. Many vendors supply finished products. So having a good customer base, having a good supply chain is very crucial to a business, because you have to align all of those, and you have to synchronize all the products, all the semi-finished, finished products together in one way to give a timely delivery and a proper delivery of the product. Depending on the scenarios, different bottlenecks may arise. For some projects, it may be that we have to design from the scratch. For some projects, we must have old references. In that case, we have the design, but our workshops are already occupied in delivering some other project. So depending on case to case, there may be constraints or bottlenecks. Before this, what we were doing is we were targeting high value and long lead items at first, and not focusing on small items or readily available items. So many a times what we faced is that we have crucial items such as gearboxes, motors for an assembly in-house, and a large part of the cash flow is linked to those items. So we have invested in the gearbox, the motor, we've already paid for it, but the assembly is just lying in the shop floor. Manpower is just not being utilized, and space is being occupied, because as simple as something as simple as a small cylinder or a bolt or whatever it may be is not available with us, because that was not paid attention to at the first point. So this is something which was happening earlier. Something as little as a bolt was hampering us from delivering the project on time, because we have everything in house. We have a lot of inventory, we are holding a lot of inventory, and we have invested a lot of capital, and just because of a small item we cannot dispatch it. Met the realization team, and the idea of full kit, which was mentioned by the realization team, so that was what struck me and got us Yogi GDG on board with realization at in the first meeting only. But what is full kit? Full kit is nothing but in one assembly, in the bill of materials, you should have all the components in that bill of materials. You should have all of them in house already, whether they are finished or semi-finished. But whenever each and individual component is there, you should only start assembling that part of the equipment at that time. So this may sound counterproductive at first, but if you think about it, it's a very good idea, because now everybody in the organization is on the same page. They're focused on full kitting one assembly, and even in our production plans, in our monthly plans that we have started now, if assembly is getting full kitted before 10th of the previous month, we take it in our dispatch plan for the next month. This not only increases the production time of one single assembly, but we've noticed that the entire cycle time of a project is significantly reduced due to this. Yeah, I think we took around 2 or 3 months to be fully on board with this concept, and I must say that I'm very lucky to have an whole organization in which the people, they were so fast to change their mindset to it, because in my opinion, it can't take much longer if you don't have the right team with you. So I must say that we were lucky to have good support in terms of organization in DG, and also the people in realization who motivated each and everyone, from design to workshop to procurement, and got everybody on the same page. In the cycle time to produce one assembly has gone down significantly. I think it has gone down around 28% right now. So the projections say that around 45% improvement in a cycle time of the execution of project is we are on track with that number, and this is the number. We set a number of around 40% improvement in our cycle times, and I think we are on the right track to achieve it. Thank you to the whole realization team for their efforts, and not only treating us as a client, they treat us as a part of their own organization, and they are willing to implement whatever is in the scope. They're willing to do more than that to help us achieve our targets. Thank you.
Realization Technologies. Radical simplicity, radical results.